every single week I learn something new about how to do this, and it's definitely done by trial and error. So our product is a plug and play coffee cart business that can be all over the country. So in different major cities, specifically in hospitality dense areas. And so we are located in Florida, but I need to be able to reach and get the coffee cart word out all over the country. And so the most practical way to do that in today's social media age is through, Instagram ads, meta ads, YouTube ads, whatever that might be. I can see that I've had hundreds of thousands of impressions. I've had lots of comment engagement. So I know that there is a need for this, our product, and people are looking for a way to do a side business that doesn't cost them six figures and can be flexible with their schedule. And that's our product. But then actually going from clicking the website to booking a phone call or a video call where we can actually connect and meet each other has been really frustrating. And I know that we live in a digital age where phone calls are intimidating and a lot of people are nervous about getting face-to-face with people. I've been frustrated, obviously, trying to figure out how do I get the conversion rate of people who click to actually booking a phone call, because if we can meet each other, then at least that's a step further towards having a real conversation about a business partnership. So far, I've had phone calls in New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, Georgia. And so I know that the word is getting out there and I know that people are converting, but I've been frustrated at very, very, very few people actually click to book a phone call. My marketing guy was like, hey, you should consider something called Clickfunnels. We currently subscribe to so many programs, Canva and CapCut, ClickUp, and having subscriptions to many chats. We spend hundreds of dollars a month just to stay afloat and putting into marketing and putting into ads, recording the videos, editing the videos. And so he was like, there's this thing called Clickfunnels. It's a monthly subscription. And I immediately poo-pooed on it. And I was like, I don't want to pay another thing. Somebody else was encouraging me to check it out because what Clickfunnels do, this is a generic term that is a bridge between people seeing your content and actually booking a call or converting into whatever the next thing is that you want them to be. Whether it's closing a sale, if you are an e-commerce store, or maybe it's for us, it's getting on a phone call because we know that our product is a high ticket item and it requires more relationship. And also we want to make sure that we like the people that we're working with as well. Clickfunnels are the bridge between your ad and whatever the end game is. It's called Clickfunnels because it's an interactive experience for the viewer to really see a compelling story that speaks their language and then gets their interactive input as far as what stage of life are you in, how prepared are you to take this next step, or why would this be helpful for you, or what are you afraid of? It's interactive in that way and it gets their engagement, and it also provides you with qualified leads who you can then follow up with. This is what I learned in the ClickFunnel world because I didn't know this was a thing. There are websites, this is your landing page if somebody goes to quicklycoffeeco.com that people visit and can see with their own eyes. ClickFunnels are a completely separate system that you build and you attach that specific link, that ClickFunnel link, to your ads. So when people see your ad, they see your content and they click learn more, it takes them to this ClickFunnel. It doesn't take them to your webpage because while your webpage might be beautiful, it's limited as far as what it can do. So ClickFunnels take them to a ClickFunnel specific website that then gives them the information that they need that usually is targeted towards a specific demographic, and then they have the option to opt in, and then after they opt in, you actually get their information so you can follow up with them. Then they have the opportunity to do whatever the next thing is. For us, it's book the discovery call. For somebody else, it might be purchasing an e-commerce item or something like that. And the reason that ClickFunnels are so awesome is because you can target very specific people. So we know the people that we would love to work with in the coffee industry, which means I can make a generic coffee ClickFunnel, or I could make a barista specific one. So baristas that have a barista algorithm are more likely to see that video and it's targeted. Maybe you're a professional barista and you're looking for a way to make more income because you've hit the ceiling of what you can make in coffee. I could make a ClickFunnel, a specific targeted ad that is for that demographic, and then I can see who applies or who opts in or even books a discovery call through that ClickFunnel, and I know already, okay, this ClickFunnel is for baristas, this ClickFunnel is for business people, this ClickFunnel is for people who are leaving the corporate industry. You can make very specific targeted demographic ClickFunnels that help you know who's qualified and give you context for when you're meeting with them or what item you have or what items you need to make based on if you had a bunch of e-commerce items and you are putting these ClickFunnels out, depending on which ClickFunnels perform better, then you actually know who's viewing your content. So when I first got started, ClickFunnels felt like this imaginary thing. You know, they're kind of like, it's not a website, it's not Calendly, you know, it's not somebody booking a call, it's the bridge in between an ad and then whatever the end desire is. So I've done research in the last few months and I've just looked at two primary ClickFunnel platforms. One of them is called clickfunnels.com. And I liked clickfunnels.com. It was $97 a month and it was really, really close. I ended up actually switching recently over to Perspective. I'm not sponsored by any of these. This is just my own research and what I've learned. Perspective is more mobile friendly. And the truth is most of us live our day-to-days on our phones. And so if people are scrolling on Instagram or you're using Meta ads or TikTok ads as the primary avenue for reaching people like we are, chances are that they're going to be watching from their phone. So Perspective ClickFunnels are specifically built for the mobile experience. Between ClickFunnels and Perspective, I thought ClickFunnels was really easy to use. It was slightly more expensive, but Perspective was extremely easy to use because it's mobile friendly. And I was able to build a ClickFunnel in less than an hour that was pretty compelling and looked really good. And it immediately increased our professionalism for closing sales. So I'd encourage you, I'm still new to this and getting started. I currently have 2 ClickFunnels that are created and are made for specific demographics that I'd love to work with. Literally in a couple of weeks of launching it, I immediately saw more conversion rates from before. I spent 3 months putting these ads out and I would say like, type coffee if you wanna have more information. And then people would type coffee and then I would send them a DM to book the calendar meeting and then they never would. Like it would drop off there. And the truth is most people need like 7 to 10 touches before they actually consider purchasing a product or seeing something. And so staying on their feed and having their, you know, their emails and their contact information is so important to follow up with to close a sale. Highly recommend ClickFunnels. This is the newest thing that I've learned. I'm also really enjoying, you know, thinking through creative ways and people that I can be targeting and reaching through there. ClickFunnels.com was $97 a month. Perspective, currently their lowest tier is $57 a month, and it is just added to our list of subscriptions that we pay every month. As you know, we're a faith-based company and we are constantly praying for our own business, but I'd love to pray for yours. You can comment below if there's anything specifically we can be praying for. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, but I know that one day I'm gonna look back and be grateful that I recorded the journey because it's just been fun learning something new every day and truly something like pivotal that I feel like, okay, this is really helpful and it's a hustle and it's hard work, but we are in this together. And I hope that this was helpful, and like and subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video.